So the next topic is the obligations and contracts for MA.7, MA Laws, Ethics Codes and Standard. This is from Civil Code of the Philippines, Book 4, Obligations and Contracts. Lahat ilitan dito is nakalagay din doon. So Chapter 1, General Provision, an Article 1156, an obligation is a juridical necessity to give, to do, and not to do. Ah, The definition of obligations establishes the unilateral act of debtor either to give, to do, or not to do as a patrimonial obligation. It means that the debtor has the obligation while the creditor has the right. The obligations referred to as to is a patrimonial obligation that those obligations with pecuniary value or accessible in terms of money. One characteristic of patrimonial obligations, they represent an exclusively private interest. They create ties that are by nature transitory. They exist a power to make effective in case of non-fulfillment. The economic equivalent obtained at the patrimony of a debtor. Number two, juridical necessity. It means the right and duties arising from obligation are legally demandable and the Court of Justice may be called upon through proper action to order the performance. Action means an ordinary suit in court of justice by which one party prosecutes another for the enforceable or protection for a right or prevention or redress of a wrong. That is from Section 1, Rules of Court. Sample, the Gaya bought a refrigerator from Tito, but Gaya did not pay the refrigerator. If after demand, Gaya still did not pay, Tito can sue Gaya in court either to demand payment or for recovery of the generator. Yan lang. 3. Essentials requisite of an obligation. A. An active object. Who has the power to demand the prestation, known as the creditor or obli. A passive object, who is bound to perform the prestation, known as the debtor or obligor. An object, or the prestation which may consist in the act of giving, doing, or not doing something. The vinculum juris, or the juridical tie between two subjects by reason of which the debtor is bound in favor of the creditor to perform the prestation. It is the legal tie which constitutes the source of obligation, the coercive force which makes the obligation demandable. It is the legal tie which constitutes the device of obligation, the coercive force which makes the obligation demandable. Oops, no doble. Doble nga, post tayo. So, okay, demandable. Debtor is to give, to do, creditor. Or to give and to do. So, debtor is or obligor is the to give and to do or not to do. Ito yung ano diagram niya, juridical tie. And creditor or obligee. Isa lang yan. Ito, isa lang to. So, isa rin yan. Example, Gaia enters a contract of sale with Tito who paid the purchase of GE generators. Dito lang tayo sa example. Gaia did not deliver the refrigerator. Gaia is the passive object or debtor and Tito is the active subject or creditor. The object or prestation is the GE refrigerator and the obligation to deliver is the legal tie or the Bencorum uses which bonds Gaia and Tito. Ito yon sa gitna. This is also known as unilateral obligation. That is the obligation of the debtor to fulfill or comply his commitment. In this case, the delivery of the generator. On the other hand, if Gaia delivered the refrigerator and Tito did not pay, then Tito becomes the debtor who is bound to pay, while Gaia is the creditor who has the right to demand the prestation, not yung object. Paul, distinctions between obligation and contracts. Yeah. Contract is the only one of the sources of obligation, while obligation have other sources like law, quasi-static, delects, or quasi-delects. Salo na yan, ha? Contract is a bilateral obligation, while obligation is a unilateral obligation. Contracts, dalawa lang iba. All contracts are obligations, while not obligations. All obligations are contracts. Civil obligation distinguished from natural obligation. Civil obligations derive their binding force from positive law. Natural obligations derive their binding effect from equity in natural justice. Civil can be enforced by court action of the coercive power of public authority. Natural is the fulfillment cannot be compelled by court action but depends on the good conscience of the debtor. Article 1157. Obligations arise from law, contracts, quasi-contracts, acts, or omission punished by law, and quasi-delicts. On the source of obligation, of the sources of obligation, the main sources are really law and contract. The other sources are also established by law. So, law as a source of obligation. The provision of Article 1158 refers to the legal obligations or obligations imposed by specific provisions of law, which means that obligations arising from law are not presumed and that to be demandable by must be clearly provided for, expressly or impliedly in the law. Example, it is the duty of the spouses to support each other. Okay. Article 291 New Civil Code. Under the National Internal Revenue Code, it is the duty of every person having an income to pay taxes. So ito yung mga example ng obligation. 2. Contract as a source of obligation. Contract as defined in Article 1305 NCC, ito rin yun, is the meeting of minds between two persons whereby one binds himself with respect to the other. So obligations arising from contracts have the force of law between the contracting parties. That which is agreed upon in the contract by the parties is the law between them. Thus, the agreement should be complied with in good faith. Article 1159. For example, a contract of lease was executed between Gaia as the leasee and Tito as the let for the rent of an assignment. Yan example. Although contracts have the force of law, it does not mean that contracts are over and above the law. Contracts are with the limitation imposed by law, Article 1306 NCC. It states that the contracting parties may establish such stipulations, clauses, terms, and conditions as they may be deemed convenient, provided that are not contrary to law, morals, good custom, public order, or public policy. Quasi-contract as a source of obligation. The quasi literally means as if. Quasi-contract is the juridical relation resulting from a lawful, voluntary, and unilateral act which has for its purpose the payment of indemnity to the end that no one shall unjustly enrich or benefited at the expense of one another. Contracts and quasi-contracts distinguish. In a contract, consent is essential requirement for its validity, while in quasi-contract there is no consent the same as the same is implied by the law. Contract is a civil obligation, while quasi-contract is a natural obligation. Okay, two kinds of quasi-contract. One, dissolution and DBT, payment by mistake. It is the juridical relation which arises when a person is obliged to return something received by him to error or mistake. Ang tawag yun. Example, Alvin o Ian the sum of 1,000 pesos. By mistake, Alvin paid 2,000 pesos. Ian has the obligation to return 1,000 pesos. excess because there was payment by mistake. Number two, negotiarum gesture, management of another property. It is the voluntary management or administration by a person of the abandoned business or property of another without any authority or power from the latter. Article 2144 and 6. Example. Vector, a wealthy landowner suddenly left for abroad, leaving his livestock farm unattended. Ramon, a neighbor of Vector, managed the farm, thereby incurring expenses. When Vector lands, he has the obligation to reimburse Ramon for the expenses incurred by him and to pay him for his services. It is on it is based on the principle that no one shall enrich himself at the expense of the other. Diba? Walang ano. So para mabalanse, babayaran niya si Ramon. Delects or acts or omission punished by law as a source of obligation. Acts or omission punished by law is known as delect or felony or crime. While an act or omission is felonious because it is punished by law, the criminal act gives rise to civil liability as it caused damage to another. So civil liability arising from delects is destitution, which is the restoration of or returning the object of the crime to the injured party. Reparation, which is the payment by the offender of the value of the object of the crime, when such object cannot be returned to an injured party. Indemnification, the contextual damages, which include the payment of other damages that may have been caused to the injured party. Injured. Daming error. Illustration. Mario was convicted and sentenced to imprisonment by the court of for the crime of the theft. The gold was obrito. In addition to whatever penalty that the court may impose, Mario may also be ordered to return restitution the gold rich was turito. If restitution is no longer possible, for Mario to pay the value reparation of the gold rich watch. In addition to either restitution or reparation, Mario shall also pay for damages and indemnification suffered by Rito. Quasi-delict as a source of obligation. Concept of quasi-delict. Quasi-delict is one where whoever by act or omission causes and damage another. There be fault of negligence is obliged to pay for the damage done. Such fault of negligence if there is no pre-existing contractual relation between the parties, Article 2176. Example, if Pedro drives his car negligently and because of his negligence hits Jose, who is walking on the sidewalk of the street, inflicting upon him physical injuries. Then Pedro becomes liable for damages based on quasi-delict. Requisites of quasi-delict. There must be fault of negligence attributable to the offended. There must be damage or injury caused to another. There is no pre-existing contract na bubanggain mo siya, di ba? So, Article 1158, obligation deriving from law are not presumed. Only those expressly determined in this code or in special law are demandable and shall be regulated by the of the law which establishes them, and as to what has not been foreseen by the provisions. Article 1090 yan. Article 1159, obligations arising from contract have the force of law between the contracting parties and should be complied with in good faith. Article 1160, obligation derived from quasi-contract shall be subject to provision. Article 1161, civil obligations arising from criminal offenses shall be governed by the penal laws, subject to the provision of Article 2177 and of the pertinent provision of Chapter 2, Preliminary Title, Chapter 2, pasaport tayo, Title on Human Relations and of Regulating Damages. Article 1162, obligations derived from quasi-delict shall be governed by the provision of Chapter 2, Title 18 of this book and by special law. Chapter 2, Nature and Effect of Obligations. So Article 1160. Every person obliged to give something is also obliged to take care of it with the proper diligence of a good father of a family, unless the law or the stipulation of the parties requires another standard of care. Yan, nasa 1904A. Article 1664. Okay, sorry. This is 1164. Change natin. Okay, Article 1164. The creditor has a right to the fruits of the thing from the time the obligations to deliver it arises. However, he shall acquire no real right over it until the same has been delivered to him. Okay. May right pa siya. Pero na-deliver mo, hindi na. Article 1165. When what is to be delivered is a determinate thing. The creditor, in addition to the right granted him by the Article 170, may compel the debtor to make delivery. If the thing is indeterminate or generic, he may ask the obligation be complied with at the expense of the other. If the obligor delays has promised to deliver the same thing to two or more persons who do not have the same interest, he shall be responsible for any fortuitous event until he has effected the deliver. Article 1166. The obligation to give a determinate thing include includes that of delivering all its accessions and accessories, even though they may not have been mentioned. Marami sa shopping. Obligation of a debtor to give a determinate thing. 1. To preserve or take care of the thing with the proper diligence of a good father of a family. It means the ordinary diligence that a prudent man would exercise in taking care of his own property, taking into consideration the nature of the obligation, of the time, and of the place, like a person who is obliged to deliver a determinate horse to another should, pending its delivery, preserve it by taking care of the same as if the horse of his own. 2. Accessions and accessories. Accession is the right pertaining to the owner of a thing over its product and whatever is attached thereto, either naturally or artificially. So, wala example. Wala. Okay? Accretion, which refers to the gradual and addition of sediment to the shore by action of water. So, magkaiba yun. Accessories are those things which are joined attached to the principal object or as ornament or to render it perfect. Example, radio attached to a car or key to a car. 3. To be liable for damages in case of breach of obligation. Article 1170 and 6. When a creditor acquire a right to the thing to be delivered and its fruits, the creditor has a right to when a creditor acquire a right to the thing to be delivered and its fruit. Okay. The creditor has a right to the fruits of the thing from the time the obligation to deliver it arises. However, he shall acquire no real right over it until the same have been delivered to him. Okay. So example, A yan A. Okay. A binds himself to sell his horse to B for 10,000 pesos. No date nor condition is stipulated for delivery of the horse. Later, the horse gave birth to a colt. A has the right to the colt if B has not paid the horse. Yan. Before delivery, B does not acquire ownership over it. Doon sa colt. Colt, anak niyo, nag-birth to the colt. So, hindi yan red horse. So, definition of terms. 1. Determinate thing. A thing is determinate when it is particularly designated or physically segregated from all others from the same class. Article 1460 and 60. Indeterminate or generic thing. A thing is generic when it refers to a class or thing or genus and cannot be designated with particularity. Ah, Fortuitous event. Fortuitous event. Those events which could not be foreseen or which, though foreseen, were inevitable. 1174 and CC. Mga bagyo. Inevitable. Article 1167. If a person obliges to do something fails to do it, the same shall be executed at cost. The same rule shall be observed if he does it in contravention of a tenor of the obligation. Furthermore, it may be decreed that what had been poorly done be undone. Article 1098. So, obligation of the debtor to do. Being a personal positive obligation, the creditor has the right to secure the services of a third person to perform the obligation at the expense of a debtor under the following instances. When the debtor fails to do the obligation, palitan. Diba? When the debtor performs the obligation but contrary to the tenor, or when the obligor poorly performs the obligation. Article 1168, when the obligation consists is not doing and the obligor does have has been forbidden him, it shall be undone at his expense. Sa mga contract. Obligations of the debtor not to do. This is negative personal obligation which is consisting of an obligation of not doing something. If the debtor does what has been forbidden him to do, the obligee can ask the debtor to have it undone. If it is possible to undo what was done, the remedy of the injured party is for an action of damages. Example, A bought a land from B. It was stipulated that A would not construct a fence in a certain portion of this land. Adjoining that land sold by B, should A construct a fence in violation of the agreement, B can bring an action to have the fence removed at the expense of A. Article 1169. Those obliged to deliver or to do something incur in delay from the time the obligate judicially or extrajudicially demands from judicially demand from them the fulfillment of their obligation. Them. From them there. However, the delay by the creator not be necessary in order that delay may exist. A. When the obligation or the law expressly declares, or when from the nature and the circumstances of the obligation it appears that the destination of the time when the thing is to be achieved or the service is to rendered was controlling motive for the establishment of the contract. Or C. When demand would be useless, as when the obligor has rendered it beyond his power to perform. Yan yung mga lampas na sa kontrata. And reciprocal obligation, neither party incurs in delay if the other does not comply in a proper manner with what is incumbent upon him. From the moment one of the parties fulfills obligation, delay by the other begins. Delay. Yan, pag delay, mura. Means a legal delay or default and it consists of failure discharge a duty resulting to one's own disadvantage. Okay, the debtor incurred delay if the debtor fails to perform his obligation when it falls due, and a demand has been made by the creditor judicially or extrajudicially. Sample, Gaya obliges himself to deliver a determinate horse to Tito on June 20 this year. Gaya failed to deliver on the agreed date. Is Gaya already on delay on June 20? Only when Tito makes a judicial or extrajudicial demand and from such date of demand when Jaya is on default or delay. However, there are instances when the demand by the creditor is not necessary to place the debtor on delay. One, when the obligation expressly so provides, one, the the mere fixing of the period is not sufficient to constitute a delay. An agreement to the effect that fulfillment or performance is not made when the obligation becomes due, default or delay by the debtor will automatically arise. Wait, okay. So, the obligation is when the obligation nandun mismo. The mere fixing of the period is not sufficient to constitute a delay. An agreement to the effect that fulfillment or performance is not made when the obligation becomes due, default, or delay by the debtor will automatically arise. So, agreement. Number two, when the law so provides, the express for penalties. When time is of the essence, because time is the essential factor in the fulfillment of the obligation. Example, Gaia binds himself to sew the wedding gown of Maya to be used for the latter on her wedding date. Gaia did not deliver the wedding gown on the date agreed upon. If without demand, Gaia will be in delay because the time of essence. 4. When the demand would be useless. When the debtor cannot comply his obligation as when it is beyond his power to perform, like when the object of obligation is lost or destroyed through the fault of the debtor. Demand is not necessary. In a reciprocal obligation, from the moment one of the parties fulfills his obligation, delay to the other begins. For instance, contract of sale, if the seller delivers the object to the buyer and the buyer does not pay, then delay by the buyer begins and vice versa. If the buyer pays and the seller did not deliver the object, then the seller is on delay. Okay. So kinds of delay. Mora solvindi, delay on the part of the debtor. Mora accipiende, delay on the part of the creditor, like when the creditor unjustifiably refused to accept payment at the time it was due is in delay. Yeah. Compensation morae. Delay, both parties in a reciprocal obligation. Yan kanina. Para sila delay. Okay. Article 1170. Those who in the performance of their obligation are guilty of fraud, negligence, or delay, and those who in any manner contravene the tenor thereof are liable for damages. 1101. Article 1171. Responsibility arising from fraud is demandable in all obligation. Any waiver of action or for future fraud is void. 1120A. Article 1172. Responsibility arising from negligence in the performance of every kind of obligation is also demandable, but such liability may be regulated by the courts according to the circumstances. Article 1130. Okay, yan. Kind of obligation. So Article 1173, the fault or negligence of the obligor consists in the omission of that diligence which is required by the nature of the obligation and correspondence with the circumstances of the person, of the time and of the place. When negligence shows bad faith, the provision of Article 1171 and 2201, paragraph 2 shall apply. If the law or contract does not state the due diligence of which is to be observed in the performance, that which is expected of a good father of a family shall be required. Okay, next na to.